Should I become a life coach? I don't know. Let's go through, we'll talk about it.
When we can live life on our terms, on a holistic level, taking into account not just our business lives, but also our health, all of our relationships, from friends, family, partners, the world changes.
If you're thinking about becoming a life coach, let's go through and we'll hit some of the pros and cons. So it's been my experience, and I've worked with a lot of people helping them do this, that when it comes down to whether I should become a life coach or not, a lot of people need to start with, what is your motivation? Why are you looking to do this? And for the most part, it starts with people are looking to have an impact. Now, more often than not always, but more often than not, people who are transitioning to becoming life coaches have been through some sort of challenges in their own life. They've had some big curveballs, or they've been able to go through a big transitional period, or they've overcome some challenges. And as a result, it was pretty lumpy, but they personally grew and they got stronger, and they want to help others with that. So I would start with the number one question of, what is your motivation? Why are you choosing to do this? What is it you're looking to do? If you're looking to have an impact and help others, fantastic, and you're probably on the right track. And with this, start thinking about what are the experiences you have and how can you start to capitalize those. You're welcome to look at some of the other videos on this channel, because we talk about specifics on how you narrow down on that. Now, the second thing, and this is something that I love, is start thinking about, what is the end in mind? Where do you want to be with this? So I have experiences that have gone through this and this, and I can envision where I want to be in a year from now. I want to make sure that I have a certain amount of flexibility, I'm making a certain income, and I'm the boss. Okay, great. That's going to help a lot. But visualize, what does that look like and where do you want to be? And then the real question comes down to, are you wired to start a business, or are you not wired to start a business? It's pretty simple. If you like, you can go to my first book, which is The Aspiring Solopreneur. You can go to that website, aspiringsolopreneur.com. There's a bunch of information there. It's separate to this, but this talks more about how you would build a business plan if this is an area you're considering doing. But it helps you to be very, very clear on what it is you're looking at, so that when you do decide to start that business, you'll be very, very successful. The majority of the people, I've started over 16 companies and helped hundreds of people do this. It will help you with that. Now, so you start thinking about where you want to be. What does that look like? So this to me comes down to, if you love the idea of having a lot of flexibility, great. A lot of coaches have a lot of flexibility. My wife is a counselor and coach, and she only works 3 days a week. She wants to work 15 to 20 hours a week. She makes pretty good money at it, and that's happy. And then she spends the rest of the time running and living her life the way she wants to, and we get to have some good adventures. Now, the next thing that's fun and it's exciting is that you have the potential to make some pretty solid income. In some cases, some life coaches make well over $1,000 an hour. A lot of them are more around that $200 to $500 range, $200 to $500 range. But thinking about, where do you want to be and how do you want to get there? Now, this doesn't mean though, okay, yeah, I love all those things, I'm in, great. Okay, those are the pros. Let's go through and hit a few of the cons high level. Some of those cons are you truly a self-starter? And what this means is, are you going to be the person who gets out of bed and does some of that marketing stuff or some of that business development stuff, or make sure to call everybody back, or make sure that you're giving away some services, some freebies to start building your business when you don't really want to? And let's be honest, there's a fair number of people, and there's nothing wrong with that, but if you're one of those people, I can promise, if you're not going to do the work, the business doesn't come in. So you have to be saying, am I genuinely going to be a self-starter? That's one question. The second, depending on the network you already have, if you happen to be a social influencer and you've got 100,000 people on TikTok that are following you and they like the information you're already providing, you may be able to flip the switch and start becoming a life coach almost tomorrow. But if you're not one of those people, you may have to go through and figure out, what do I need to do to get a certification? And with that, there's different types of certifications, and this is the Life on Your Terms channel. So there's a book, life-on-yourterms.com, and the book is Life on Your Terms. But it talks about, and this is a fable, it's a fun, easy book, but we offer certification specifically to coaches to help them, A, have the certification, B, have a full set of tools, and then C, be in an environment where they can learn how to become better coaches and work with each other and how to build their practices. So part of this is do you have the time, and what's the ramp going to take for you to go from, okay, the choice, to successfully running your practice? This may be something you can moonlight, do in the evenings, weekends, that kind of thing, slowly transition into it. Or it may be something that's like, yeah, I'm gonna do this, but it's gonna take me a year, and I would really suggest you consider at least a year. Do you have a year's income that you're willing to invest so that you could get by, living the way you're living, or simplify your life while you're building this? So when you're thinking about these things, should I or shouldn't I? Part of it, go back to thinking about what are the motivations, why are you doing this? 2, what would amazing look like in a year? Where do you want to be? And then maybe it's going to take a little longer or a little less, but start understanding where you want to be, and then say, okay, I like that, I really like that. And then the third question is, are you willing to do the work? Are you willing to do what it's going to take to get there? Both with building the business, doing the marketing, all the other components. And we talk about this on a bunch of other videos in these platforms. So if this was of any value, please make a note in the bottom. If you've got questions, reach out. Subscribe to the channel. We'd love to hear from you. If you have any questions, please reach out. Keep smiling.